Welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to do a little chit-chatty, get ready with me with some like glowy, bronzy, summer-proof makeup. So that's what we're doing. Also, if you guys hear some dog breathing noises, I have two dogs in here with me, Annie and Girly. So I got my girls with me, but they're kind of just doing their own thing. So if you hear some noises, that's what's up. But I feel like I haven't talked to you guys in so freaking long. Like, I actually had like kind of just a sit down, put some makeup on, not really like getting in depth with anything. So let's get into this. So for primer, you know, in Texas, it's getting up to 100 degrees. So I need a little bit of everything. So I'm gonna first start off with the silicone-free priming moisturizer. It's just like a basic moisturizer that can also be as a primer, but yeah, it's been so hot. I mean, I love it, but at the same time, it's been like, oh. And if you're wondering why my face is orange, you guys didn't see that video where I tried the like contouring with the self tanner. I tried it again the other day of like trying to avoid like my under eyes and like this part, and it really stuck around my mouth where I'm a bit dry and I didn't moisturize enough. So in like this area is dry, so it kind of got pretty orange right there. And of course it's like right where my face is, but as far as the rest of my thing going on, I think it looks pretty good. But I'm just really dry right in those areas. And I did not put self tanner on my ears. I don't even put foundation on my ears because I don't know how people get this stuff off of their ears. Like, unless I'm doing like some kind of red carpet like thing where I need to look like flawless, I am not putting any makeup things on my ears, because like, how the heck do you get it out of your ears? And I wear hearing aids, so it's like, I don't need nothing messing up my hearing aids, because hearing aids are a lot more expensive than makeup. I'm not putting a $40 foundation on $2,000 hearing aids. Okay. The next primer that I use is the Murad Invisiblur Perfecting Shield Broad Spectrum SPF 30 PA+++. Lots of words. It's a little sample size, but I've had like 3 of these little sample sizes, and this is actually really good. It is like a blurring primer with SPF, and it also like mattifies all at the same time. So it's a pretty hefty duty primer to use in the summertime. Normally though, when I use this primer, I typically use it like I'm using it right now, but instead of taking an actual foundation, I'll just go over this primer with like a powdered foundation or like a tinted moisturizer. But today I want a little bit more coverage to cover up this orange I got going on. I tried to be pretty gentle with this because it is kind of like that silicone texture, and it does turn kind of matte. So if you rub it in a little too much, it can kind of get that balled up feeling to it. So I'm gonna try my best to avoid that. Speaking of summer, y'all, I have been getting eaten alive by freaking every awful summer bug around. I'm sure you guys know mosquitoes are a pain in the butt, but I've been doing a lot of yard work because quarantine, and I've been obsessed with buying plants. We have like a bajillion plants now, but I decided to do some yard work one day, and freaking I got chiggers for the first time. Oh my, if you guys don't know, chigger bites are a whole nother level from mosquito bites. They itch for like freaking 2 weeks. It's so hard to get them to stop being so itchy. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the Urban Decay Stay Naked foundation. I don't want it to be too full coverage, so I'm just gonna take like a pump at first, and it's gonna drop off the side of my table. My dog turned into a pig. But I'm gonna start off with just a little pump and try and distribute this around my face. I know it's not my shade right now because I have been using the self tanner, but we're just gonna spread it out. I'll fix it up with some bronzer, but yeah, sugars are the next worst thing next to mosquitoes. So if you hate mosquitoes, imagine like 10 times worse of a mosquito bite for like weeks. Oh my gosh. And that's not even the worst of it. The worst of it is that like with mosquitoes, it gets you like on your face, on your arms, and like that kind of stuff. But like with these sugar things, they go after like armpits, like closed warm spaces, you know, other spaces like that. And so, yo, it has been a disaster. I've been going freaking crazy. Following my obsession with getting plants, I've had an obsession of getting rid of mosquitoes and sugars in my yard. So I've been looking up like cedar wood, mulch, and like ways to, like cute ways to put it in your yard, and like different like mosquito bombs and plants that repel mosquitoes and literally everything you can think of. And I got sulfur because apparently sulfur helps with sugars. So yeah, I've been on a mission to kill all of the biting bugs in my backyard because they're all after me. So this is what my foundation is looking like. It looks really good. This is what I like my foundation to look like. Like still skin-like, and you can still see everything, but it has this like just slightly evened out part of your complexion. The next product I have is still on the full coverage side, but I'm only going to be using a little bit of it, but it does last a long time. Same with the Urban Decay one. So that's why I'm choosing this and then kind of like shearing it out a bit. This is the Lancome Tinted Ultra Wear Camouflage Concealer. And this is also not in my shade. It's pretty light. This is in the shade 90, but we are literally going to be using the tiniest little bit you can imagine. All right, so just taking these little dots here. This is a pretty full coverage concealer. A little bit goes a long way. I'm just gonna kind of use a brush to focus it in my dark circle areas. No surprise. And then I'm gonna blend it out with a brush first because it is a bit of like a thicker consistency. So I'm just gonna help to shear it out where I built it up. Oh my gosh, I missed this concealer. And then I'm just gonna take the beauty sponge and just pick up any product that is kind of left over there. More cream products, y'all know I have an obsession, but I'm gonna take the Cheeks Out Butter Biscuit cream bronzer and I'm gonna add color back into my face because the rest of my body is more on the tan side and I need my face to match up with that. But yeah, I've been going crazy with plants. I don't know why. And I've been crazy about like killing bugs. And then currently dog sitting. So I have 6 dogs with me, which is why I haven't really been filming as often as I normally do, which is almost like every single day of the week, other than the weekends. So yeah, I've been kind of busy, kind of just like doing my own thing, if that makes sense. Like not so much ignoring social media, but kind of just like taking a little break from it and not focusing all like 150% of my energy, you know? I'm kind of like, oh, okay, like I could probably fix up the yard and make this look good. Giving my attention to the dogs. Cash is getting really big, so yeah. That's what I've been up to. If you guys have been wondering why I haven't been uploading so often, I've been kind of in my own world. All right, now for blush, I'm gonna use the Fenty Cream Blush in Rose Latte. I feel like this would look really pretty. Like a nice little flush to my cheeks. Oh yeah, give it kind of like a sunburny look to it. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with that look. That like really bronze, and then like the blush looks kind of like a sunburn. Oh yes. I am so obsessed with this. I've also been really MIA on Instagram. I went through like a whole phase of like doing my makeup like every single day. Maybe like 2 times a day. I'm just blending the line between my concealer and the cream product, but I went through a phase of like doing makeup every single day, and then since the weather has been getting pretty hot and I've been pretty busy, I really haven't been reaching to do makeup all that often. And then I'm gonna take the Fenty Matchstick and Starstruck. I would love some Fenty cream highlighters, because with these highlighters they have that like kind of like matte finish to them that I love, but then at the same time part of me is like, ooh, a really creamy, wet looking highlight that's not like, you know, like this one has more shimmer in it, but like I feel like they could come out with some bomb, glowy, wet looking highlighters. Fenty, girl, I don't know what you're trying to do. I'm just trying to give you my money and you're not letting me give. I just want you to take my money. That's what I'm saying. These like slip shine lipsticks, I don't know what the heck has been going on with these. But if you guys don't know, Fenty is supposedly supposed to be launching these new lipsticks that I'm obsessed with. I'm gonna take the Laura Mercier setting powder and I'm gonna be using my powder puff. But yeah, I've been waiting for these lipsticks to launch. I have like money set aside, ready to go, and the launch date has changed like a zillion times. It was supposed to come out on the 5th, and then it was supposed to come out on the 10th of this month, and then it was supposed to come out on the, I think 12th, and then it got changed to like the 15th, which was like, oh well, maybe, I don't really know. It got changed a bunch of times, and I checked Fenty's Twitter the other day, and they said that it should be launching on the 20th. And I'm like, do I even trust you anymore? I'm gonna prime my eyes real quick off of camera. All right, my eyes are primed, and I have 3 palettes I'm gonna be using, but I want kind of like a bronzy summer look. So I have the Infinity Deep Linda Hallberg palette, and I have the 2 Star Wars Pat McGrath palettes, because they have these really pretty bronze colors that I don't recall using. So I'm not really gonna show you guys what shade I'm using. I'm just gonna rant and go through this. Well, not really rant, but chit chat. So speaking of things that are difficult for me to get my hands on at the moment is the cremated palette. Oh my gosh. I mean, I understand, I get it. I know there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now, and the world is not gonna revolve around me, but oh man, it's just frustrating when like you see so many other people get it and you're like, why not me? And then also I'm really used to getting Jeffree Star products at the Morphe store, so it's like annoying to me. I don't like ordering online. I'm not a big fan of ordering online. So I'm glad that Texas is reopening and there's Sephora's and Ulta's, and I don't really, is Morphe open yet? I don't really know. But like, you know, it's slowly starting to reopen. I mean, everything is different now. It's gonna be a while before things are quote unquote normal, if it ever is going to be normal again. But yeah, so I'm the kind of person that likes to buy things in store, come home with it in my hands. You know, you pay money, you get it instantly. So I'm not the kind of person that likes to wait for products. And this cremated palette, oh my gosh, I swear, like when I think I'm gonna get it, no. So I just got my tracking number, but with the tracking number, they said to wait a whole like 2 to 4 days for the tracking to update, so it's still in pre-shipment. And I'm like, no, I just want to play with you right now. I know I've been seeing so many people play with it, and I'm like, I just want to get my hands on it. So that's another reason I've been kind of like uninspired to do things, because it's been so long since like good makeup releases have come out. And I don't know if it's because of this quarantine, it's kind of like making you have your eyes open a little bit more, to where it's like, oh, like, do I need that? I don't really need that. While before it was like trillion things are coming out, and it's like I was doing reviews 5 days a week, and now there's like nothing to review that I'm personally interested in. And I've been trying not to buy so much stuff, trying to like save up some money for like fixing up our backyard and whatnot during all of this stuff that's going on. So yeah, cremated, hopefully coming at some point on this channel. Even though it's been forever since it came out, I still want to play with it, because it's always nice to look up tutorials. I mean, that's kind of like how I got, like how I started watching YouTube, was I used to watch, or I used to buy palettes. Like, let's just give the Anastasia palette for an example. Like, the way that I would use YouTube is, I'd get a palette, and then if I wasn't really feeling inspired by a palette at that day, I'd go and like look up like 3 looks, 1 palette, and then I'd be like, oh, I really like how that person did that, or how this person did this, and I kind of want to incorporate that with my eye shape. And you know, like, that's how I kind of did everything with YouTube. So even if things are late, I still like to put it up, because you never know like who is subscribed to you that is needing that extra boost of inspiration. Oh, I made this one a little bit too big. Dang it. Looking forward to things, but also like, I'm like, oh my gosh, could it take any longer? I am not a patient waiting person for makeup. Oh my gosh. This is not blending the way I'd like it to blend. It's like sticking in this spot really weird. This shade and the Star Wars palette was the shade that kind of like inspired this whole look. That one right there. It's coming off a little coppery on camera, but it's more of like a bronze. I'm gonna put this all over my eyes. My mom is gonna be so obsessed with this eye look. This is my mom's jam. Literally, my mom has worn the same makeup for like maybe since the 90s, of like just like a bronzy gold on the eyelid. Call it a day. This shade is exactly what I was looking for. Something with a little bit of a pop, but still kind of blended into like a pretty neutral eye look. And I'm gonna take the other Star Wars palette, and these, for whatever reason, this little like plastic insert is so hard to take out of here, but I'm gonna take Galaxy Gold, which is this shade. I'll highlight my inner corner with that. I always have to have like a pop of something on my eyes, even if it's a really natural look. Oh yeah, that looks really pretty. When you like your makeup look. All right, I'm gonna finish up the rest of my face here. I'm gonna take the Fenty Beauty and the Sun bronzer, the powder one, and I'm just gonna touch up just a teensy bit. I kind of focus it where I'd like the bronzer to be just like a hair bit darker, like on my temples and in my cheek holes. You know what channel I'd like fell in love with? Bunny. I've been watching Bunny on like repeat, and I've also been watching like paranormal investigation videos. What have you guys been watching? I feel like when we first got into like this whole pandemic, everyone was watching like all the different movies and shows that were popular on Netflix. And then I'm like, what the heck is next? Like, what else do we have to do? And then I'm gonna take the Fenty Beauty highlighter in Sandcastle, and I'm only gonna take a teensy little baby bit, my brow bone, and then I'm just gonna put a little bit on the like apples of my cheekbones. I cannot believe 4th of July is almost here. Like, I'm thinking about it and I'm like, wow, like, even though this year has been the freaking weirdest year that I can remember, this like year in itself I feel like is flying by. I'm like, what? And then I'm just gonna do my brows with some brow powder by Benefit. All right, so once I got the outline of my brows, I'm gonna take the Anastasia Dip Brow Gel. And I don't know if you guys have tried this, but this is a really weird product. So it is like waterproof and whatnot, like the regular Dip Brow, but I don't know what the heck is wrong with mine. I don't know if it's because I've been like using my Milk one more, but this like has dried up. I don't know if you can tell, but it's like every time I use this, I like the long wearing formula of it, but for whatever reason it keeps balling up in my eyebrows, like it's dried up. So I was wondering if anyone else has had this issue with the Dip Brow Gel, because I love it because it lasts like so long with the Texas heat, but like, why are you balling up on me? Now that my eyebrows are all balled up and weird, I'm gonna take the the angled brush and I'm just gonna further distribute the product a little bit more evenly. For this reason that it balls up is the reason that it is not my favorite anymore. And I'm gonna use the Milk Kush Waterproof Mascara. I like the original formula more than the waterproof one, but it is hot as heck outside, so I definitely need a waterproof mascara. And the last thing that I think is essential right now until I get my Fenty stuff is the Urban Decay Stay Naked Vice Lip Chemistry, and I'm gonna use the shade Heavy. Oh, these are heavenly. I freaking love this lipstick so much. And the best part about it is that once it like adjusts to your like pH and kind of like stains your lips, only the glossy part of the lipstick transfers, so the color is on your lips for the whole day. But that is it for this like natural glam summer proof makeup. You know, like if you want to go to like an event or like outside or something and it's 90 to 100 degrees outside, you are gonna get some looks at if you try to wear like a full beat face. So this is a nice budge proof, still looking put together, but still natural, like you woke up like this kind of a look. So let me know if you guys like this video. I thought it was very fitting for the weather right now. Let me know what you guys have been up to the last couple weeks, because I feel like the last couple weeks have just been like, I was on a roll in quarantine and then I just hit like I need to take care of myself a little bit more. So I've been taking a little break from YouTube. So I'm uploading Monday, Wednesday, Friday until I get back into the swing of things, which won't be until I want to say like in a couple weeks from now, just to let you guys know on that. But yeah, this look has been like my favorite in a while. For some reason, let me know if you guys have this thing too. I have been obsessed with like sitting here and like taking like 3 hours of like just kind of playing with makeup, putting it on, listening to music, but I'm not a fan of wearing makeup right now because it's so hot outside. When I go outside, I'm like, oh, I have stuff on my face, I'm sweating, but this would be the routine that I would do because it definitely helps with sweating and the heat. It doesn't melt. You will get a little bit shiny if you're outside for like 5 hours, but for the most part, this is solid. And if you guys haven't seen my last video, definitely give it some love. I applied like 93 eyeshadows on my eyes, one eyeshadow out of every palette that I own. that took me some time to film and edit, so definitely go over to that video next and give it some love. But that video is going to be right over here for you guys. This video will be suggested to you by YouTube, and my face will be right here. Click on it and subscribe to my channel.